Well, hello dragons, and welcome to this instructional video for Lesson 7, Part 1, Features of the U.S. Economy. The main idea behind this economics lesson is the economic system of the United States is based on the freedom to make choices with limited government involvement. With that in mind, by the end of watching this video, you'll be able to describe the main features of free enterprise in the United States, name the two markets of the circular flow model, and explain how the circular flow model reflects exchange. Now that the outcomes for this lesson have been shared with you, let's get started. You have learned that nations have different economic systems. Why does a nation develop a particular economic system? Why might national leaders decide to pursue capitalism instead of democratic socialism? The answer is that nations, like individuals, make choices that will satisfy needs and wants. Therefore, a nation will develop the economic system that it believes is most likely to meet the needs of its citizens. The United States is a capitalist economy and leads toward the market model, which is driven by individuals. This means that individuals in the United States are free to exchange their goods and services, seek jobs of their own choosing, use their resources as they wish, and own and operate businesses. In fact, individuals in the United States have a great number of economic freedoms. Because of these freedoms, the capitalist economy of the United States is sometimes called a free enterprise system. Enterprise is simply another word for business. Thus, free enterprise is a system under which business can be conducted freely with little government intervention. The free enterprise system of the United States is based on 5 main features. In the United States, individuals have the right to own private property and enter into contracts, make individual choices, engage in economic competition, make decisions based on self-interest, and participate in the economy with limited government involvement and regulation. The final feature, limited government intervention and regulation, is what separates the U.S. economy from the pure market model. Goods that are owned by individuals and by businesses, rather than by the government, are considered private property. Your own private property might include clothes, CDs, and books. A business's private property might include a factory, office building, machinery, and other equipment, as well as the land on which the factory and office buildings are located. Individuals and business owners can use their property or dispose of it as they wish. They can buy as much private property as they can afford. They can also sell as much as they wish, so long as a buyer is willing and able to purchase the property. For example, you can choose to give or sell your clothes, CDs, and books to friends. Individuals also have the right to enter into agreements with one another to buy and sell goods and services. These agreements are called contracts. If Peter agrees to sell a CD to his friend Adam for $10, they have a contract. Peter agrees to supply the CD, and Adam agrees to supply $10 in exchange. A contract can be either oral or written, but regardless of its form, it is legally binding. If any person fails to fulfill the terms of the contract, the issue may be taken to court in order to ensure that the arrangement is carried out or that a satisfactory compromise is reached. Although Peter and Adam are unlikely to take legal action over a $10 CD, their agreement is nonetheless considered a contract. Property owners, laborers, producers, and consumers in the United States enjoy freedom of choice. This freedom of choice is closely linked to the right to own private property and to enter into contracts. Property owners are free to use or dispose of their private property as they choose. Laborers are free to pursue job opportunities. Producers are free to make whatever goods and services they wish. Consumers are free to buy those goods and services that best meet their needs and wants. Suppose Toussaint owns several acres of undeveloped land. He is free to choose how to use the land. He may live on the land himself, or he may sell it to a developer for construction of homes and businesses. Perhaps Toussaint will give the land to the city for use as a park, or perhaps he will leave the land undeveloped, thus providing a space for plants and wildlife. Suppose that Toussaint sells the land to the Build Quick Development Company, which constructs a small shopping center and parking lot on the property. These two initial individual choices, Toussaint's decision to sell the land and Build Quick's decision to use the land for a shopping center, will set off a series of other economic choices and opportunities. Construction workers may choose whether to pursue a job with Build Quick. The new stores will provide others with a choice of sales and management positions. Build Quick also may decide to hire security guards to patrol the parking lot and maintenance workers to repair plumbing and electrical problems in the shops. Laborers in many careers, therefore, are free to pursue these job opportunities. Producers, like property owners and laborers, are able to make choices. The new shopping center provides space for a number of businesses. Why might a business owner decide to rent space in a new shopping center? Perhaps the business owner believes that many people in the area around the shopping center would be interested in a particular good or service. For example, the owner of the good food supermarket chain may feel that the shopping center is a prime location for a grocery store because of the number of consumers living in the area. Consumers also make choices. The shops constructed by Build Quick at the new Waller Shopping Center provide goods and services. Consumers can decide to buy those goods and services that best meet their needs and wants. For example, the shopping center may include a good food supermarket, a pharmacy, a dry cleaner, and a children's furniture boutique. Rick, who has 2 children, might choose to buy furniture at the boutique if he likes the merchandise and thinks the prices are affordable. Similarly, Carrie, who has no children, might choose not to shop at the boutique. Free enterprise gives business people the right to choose what, how, and for whom to produce. Sometimes 2 or more business people make the same production choices. These choices lead the business people and their companies into competition. Competition is the economic rivalry that exists among businesses selling the same or similar products. Competition is important because it encourages producers to improve existing products and develop new ones in order to attract customers. For example, suppose that Jillian wants to buy a portable tape player. The Genco Electronics Company wants consumers like Jillian to buy one of their tape players instead of one produced by the Sanford Corporation or any of the other major electronics firms. Therefore, Genco will try to produce portable tape players that have better sound, are less likely to damage audio tapes, and need fewer batteries than tape players produced by their competitors. Similarly, the A1 Appliance Store will try to sell tape players at a lower price than the Acme Appliance Store, so that Jillian will choose to buy her tape player at A1 Appliance. This high level of competition thus allows Jillian to find a portable tape player with the features she wants at a price she is willing to pay. As the father of free market economics Adam Smith indicated, self-interest is the force that directs the actions of individuals and firms in a market system. In the United States, free enterprise allows producers and consumers to make choices for their own benefit. Consider Toussaint's decision to sell his land. He decided to sell the land to the Build Quick Development Company because he felt that he would benefit from the exchange. Although the sale of the land also resulted in increased benefits to many other people in the form of more employment and more goods and services, Toussaint's decision was made on the basis of self-interest. Because the United States has a market economy, most production decisions are made by individuals or businesses, not by the government. The government does play an important role, however, by regulating the economy. For example, the government establishes health and safety laws, monitors banking practices, and prohibits discrimination in the workplace. The government also provides public services. Funds are raised through taxation and spent on goods and services for members of society. For example, federal taxes are used to pay for national defense. Similarly, public education relies on funds from state and local taxes. The government also redistributes wealth. In other words, some funds from citizens' taxes are used to help needy individuals and struggling businesses. Finally, the government attempts to keep the economy stable by holding down prices and unemployment and by encouraging economic growth. As you know, free enterprise is driven by the decisions of producers and consumers with a limited amount of government involvement. How do these three economic actors, producers, consumers, and the government, interact in the U.S. economy? As noted in Lesson 1, producers provide goods and services in the market. Through a combination of human resources, natural resources, and capital resources, producers work to satisfy the needs and wants of consumers. In doing so, producers rely on entrepreneurship to develop new products and production methods. In a free enterprise system, a successful producer also can benefit from other economic actors. Suppose that Ross owns a company that produces digital pagers. If his business is successful, in other words, if the company makes more money than it spends, he may be able to expand his operations and hire more workers. Ross may choose to spend money on product development, creating new models of pagers with more features, thus providing consumers with new products. Consumers influence production by purchasing goods and services. If Hannah feels that Ross's company provides quality digital pagers, she may choose to buy one. On the other hand, Hannah might not want to buy a pager, or she may prefer the features or price of a pager produced by a different company. Consumers, such as Hannah, communicate with producers by making these decisions. The level of product sales tells Ross if his company has accurately answered the basic economic questions of what, how, and for whom to produce. As you know, government plays a limited but important role in the free enterprise system of the United States. Although producers and consumers provide answers to the three basic economic questions of what, how, and for whom to produce, the government oversees and regulates the effects of these decisions on the economy as a whole. For example, Ross's company must produce its pagers in a factory that meets federal safety standards. Government, producers, and consumers play different but connected roles in a market system. To answer the economic questions of what, how, and for whom to produce, these economic actors also rely on a system of exchange. In a free enterprise system, resources, products, and money payments are exchanged among the different actors in the economy. This exchange can be traced in a circular flow model. The model is a simplified view of how the U.S. economy functions. The circular flow model has two parts. The product market, which represents all of the exchanges of goods and services in the economy. Businesses develop products for sale to both households and the government. Households and the government then pay the businesses for their products. The other part is the resource market. The resource market represents the exchange of resources between households, individuals like you who own the factors of production, natural, human, and capital resources, and business firms and the government, who are the users of the resources. The money paid to households by business firms and the government in exchange for the household's resources are called income. Households receive income such as rents in exchange for natural resources, wages in exchange for labor, and interest in exchange for capital. Exchanges in the product and resource markets involve two types of flows: the flow of resources and products, and the flow of payments. Households supply the resources to business and the government in the resource market. For example, if you work in a restaurant, you as a member of a household provide a human resource, your labor, to the business. The business in turn provides food and services to customers who, like you, are members of households. Businesses then make products which are sold to households and the government in the product market. The government produces goods and services by using the resources that it purchases from households in the resource market. Likewise, the government produces goods and services for the benefit of businesses and households. In the resource market, businesses and the government make payments to households in exchange for the household's resources. Once households receive this payment, they continue circulating the money by purchasing goods and services in the product market. By doing this, households return money to businesses. Consider your job at the restaurant. The restaurant pays you for your work. In turn, customers such as yourself pay the restaurant for the food provided. Businesses use the payments from households and the government to purchase additional resources from households. The money flow continues as businesses and households make payments to the government. The government uses the payments to provide goods and services to businesses and households. These payments take the form of taxes. So that's the way it is with Lesson 7, Part 1, Features of the U.S. Economy. At this point, you should know that free enterprise in the United States ensures that individuals have certain economic rights. The economic actors in American free enterprise are primarily producers and consumers, with some government interaction, and goods and resources, as well as economic resources, are exchanged between the three economic actors through circular flow. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to have the entire catalog of economics videos available at your fingertips. Click the subscribe button and then click the follow bell to receive notifications as to when the channel is updated. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in class, Dragons. See ya!